Let's dive into something most men never really come to understand. They imagine attraction to be some kind of magical spark, something that either happens instantly or doesn't happen at all. They assume that when a woman says, "I'm not interested," that's the final chapter, the end of the road. But here's the reality. Attraction doesn't work that way. It isn't a fixed thing. It's not permanent. It's never written in stone. Attraction is flexible. It's emotional, and it's built on the way she feels whenever she's around you. Which means even if she's not interested right now, things can still change if you know what you're doing. The real question is, do you actually understand the signs? Do you truly understand what makes her brain light up and begin to see you in a completely different way? That's the knowledge I'm about to hand to you. Women are emotional beings, and that's not an insult. That's simply the way they are wired. A woman doesn't sit down and create some kind of checklist like a computer program. She doesn't think, he's tall, he's rich, he's handsome, all right, I like him. No. She feels attraction based on your energy, your presence, and how you carry yourself in front of her. A man who is desperate, needy, always chasing her and begging for her attention, he destroys attraction. But a man who stands firm, focuses on his own life, and still shows confidence around her without forcing it, that man makes her curious. And curiosity, always, is the very first step toward attraction. Most men fail because they mistake interest for approval. They think that if they always make her comfortable, agree with everything she says, and never challenge her, she'll fall into their arms. But the opposite happens. She throws them into the friend zone, the safe box, the not exciting category. Yet when you know how to read the signs and create the right energy, she cannot put you in that box. Instead, she begins noticing your presence, your silence, your self-control. That's when the shift begins. This is why you must understand that attraction has never been about chasing. It's about positioning. It's about creating value inside yourself, displaying discipline, having goals, and moving through life with confidence. Even if she doesn't care right now, the way you carry yourself has the power to flip that switch. And once she begins to see those signs, she no longer looks at you as just another man. She starts seeing you as the man she wants near her. Confidence is the first magnet. The first truth you must accept is this: confidence is the real magnet. If you wish to attract any woman, even one who isn't interested at first, the number one thing you need to grasp is that women are naturally pulled toward confidence, in the same way fire is drawn to oxygen. Without confidence, there is no spark. And here's what most miss. Confidence has nothing to do with being the best-looking man in the room, the wealthiest, or the tallest. Confidence comes from how you carry yourself, the way you speak, and the belief you hold in your own worth. A woman senses confidence the very moment you enter a room. She feels it in your energy, in your body language, in your tone of voice, and if you lack it, she senses that too. Most men make the mistake of faking it. They try too hard, acting loud, arrogant, or overly aggressive to prove they are confident. But women can detect fake confidence from miles away. Real confidence never needs to shout. Real confidence is calm, steady, unshakable. It's in the way you stand tall without slouching. It's in the way you meet her gaze without fear. It's in the way you speak clearly, slowly, without rushing your words. Real confidence is when you no longer feel the need to impress her, because you already know your value. That's the kind of energy that makes her stop and look twice. Here's the truth. If she's uninterested now, one of the quickest ways to flip that is by showing confidence in your own lane. Don't try to convince her with words. Show it through your presence. Walk with purpose, focus on your goals, talk with certainty. And when you do give her attention, don't hand it out like you're desperate for her approval. Give it like a man who has options, who is whole, with or without her. That creates mystery, and mystery fuels attraction. Never forget this. Women aren't impressed by men who beg for validation. They're impressed by men who validate themselves. A man who respects himself, believes in himself, and never flinches under pressure. He automatically becomes attractive even to the woman who once thought she wasn't interested. Mystery creates curiosity. If confidence is the magnet, then mystery is the spark that keeps her locked in. Think about it. Whenever something is fully known, when there's nothing left to discover, the human mind loses interest. That's how we are wired. We grow bored of whatever feels predictable, and women are no exception. When you lay out your entire life in front of her, when you spill every secret, when you make yourself too available, she loses curiosity. And once curiosity dies, attraction fades with it. But when she feels there's something about you she can't quite solve, she becomes intrigued. And intrigue makes her mind return to you again and again. Most men ruin this without realizing it. They overshare, they talk too much, they reveal their intentions and emotions far too early. Why? Because they're desperate to be understood. But here's the problem. If she already knows everything about you, what reason does she have to think about you later? None. Mystery is what keeps her mind working when you're not around. It's what makes her replay conversations in her head, trying to figure you out. And whenever her mind is working on you, attraction is secretly building. So how do you create mystery? Simple. Don't be an open book too soon. Speak with confidence, but leave some things unsaid. Share glimpses of your life, but not the entire story. And most importantly, live a life beyond her. Let her see that you have goals, passions, and commitments that don't revolve around her. When she realizes she doesn't fully know you, she'll naturally want to know more. That curiosity will slowly turn into attraction. The truth is this: a predictable man is forgettable, but a man with mystery is unforgettable. Women are drawn to puzzles, and if you become one, she won't ignore you. Even if she wasn't interested in the beginning, mystery plants a seed in her thoughts. She'll start asking, who is he really? What is he hiding? Why doesn't he need me the way others do? That questioning is the first stage of emotional attachment. Emotional control is power. Another powerful way to attract a woman, even if she's cold right now, is emotional control. Most men never realize this, but women constantly test men, often without meaning to. They'll say things just to see how you'll react. They'll pull back to check if you'll chase. They'll act cold to see if you lose your temper. And here's where many men fail. They allow emotions to take control. They get upset, they beg, they over-explain, or they try to force her to like them. The moment you lose emotional control, you lose respect in her eyes. Why? Because women are wired to be drawn to strength. And strength is not about muscles or money, it's about the ability to remain calm under pressure. True power is staying centered when things don't go your way. When you can meet her gaze and stay unshaken, even when she's distant, she feels that power, and power draws her in. Think of it like this. If she pulls away and you immediately chase, what message are you sending? That she controls you, that her approval is more valuable than your self-respect. But if she pulls back and you stay calm, focused, unbothered, you show her she doesn't control your emotions. That makes her curious. That makes her rethink. That makes her wonder why you're solid when other men fall apart. The truth is, emotional control separates the men she uses for attention from the men she desires. A calm, patient, centered man shows that he cannot be manipulated. And when a woman realizes she cannot easily control you, her respect grows. Respect is the foundation of attraction. So if she isn't into you right now, the best move is not to beg or argue. The best move is to stay calm, focused, and untouchable. That difference alone makes you unforgettable. Value yourself first. Here's a lesson many men never learn. If you don't value yourself, no woman will. Attraction always begins with how you see yourself. Too many men believe the way to win a woman over is to put her on a pedestal, treat her like a queen, and make her the very center of their universe. But here's the harsh truth. When you treat her like she's above you, eventually she'll treat you as if you're beneath her. Why? Because people always respond to the way you value yourself. If you show her that your entire world revolves around her, she'll assume you have nothing else going on. And nothing kills attraction quicker than a man without self-worth beyond a woman. When you truly value yourself, you send a different message. You show that you are a man with standards, with boundaries, with respect for your time, your energy, and your goals. And women notice this instantly. Even if she wasn't interested before, when she sees you walk with pride, when she sees you demand respect through your actions, her mind changes. Suddenly, you're not another guy chasing after her. You're the man who doesn't beg for attention. That difference makes you stand out. Most men waste their best energy on women who aren't even invested in them. They give away their time, their money, and their self-respect just to keep her around. But when you reverse the script and value yourself first, you make her move toward you. She begins to wonder why you don't chase her like the rest. She starts questioning why your approval feels so difficult to earn. And that's when attraction starts building. The truth is this: a woman can only respect a man who respects himself. If you allow her to walk all over you, she may use you, but she'll never desire you. But if you show her that you protect your energy, your time, and your life, you become rare. And rare men are always attractive. Stop chasing, start leading. One of the biggest mistakes men make when a woman isn't interested is chasing. They send endless texts, they call too much, they try to prove themselves through effort, believing persistence will change her mind. But the more you chase, the faster she runs. Chasing shows you need her. Leading shows she needs you. And women aren't drawn to followers, they're drawn to leaders. When you stop chasing and start leading, you shift the entire balance of power. Instead of trying to fit into her life, you create a life so strong, so purposeful, that she wants to fit into yours. That's the difference most men never get. A man who chases is predictable, desperate, replaceable. A man who leads stands out. He makes decisions, he has direction, and he knows where he's going, with or without her. That energy is magnetic. Leadership isn't about controlling her, it's about controlling yourself. It's about guiding your own path with clarity and vision. When you walk into a room, people sense it. When you talk, people listen because you speak with certainty. And when you interact with her, she feels you aren't begging for her approval. You're simply inviting her into your world. Most women are not impressed by men who bend their lives to please them. They're impressed by men who have lives so powerful that women want to be part of them. And here's the hidden truth. When you stop chasing, you automatically become more attractive. Why? Because scarcity creates value. If you're not always available, she begins to wonder why. She thinks about you more, realizing your attention is rare, and rare things are valuable. So if she isn't interested now, don't chase. Lead. Live with clarity, purpose, and strength. Move forward regardless. If she joins, great. If not, you're still unstoppable. That mindset alone makes you unforgettable. Consistency builds trust. If you wish to attract a woman, even one who doesn't care about you yet, you must understand consistency. Attraction isn't only about first impressions, it's about what she observes over time. Anyone can act confident for a few minutes. Anyone can fake mystery for a day. But real strength shows when your character stays solid day after day. And here's where men usually fail. They start strong but lose momentum. They impress her in the beginning but fade later. They promise but never deliver. They say they're goal-driven, then get distracted. Women notice these cracks, and every inconsistency breaks trust. And without trust, attraction cannot grow. Consistency proves value. If you claim to be disciplined, live with discipline. If you say you're focused, show progress. If you insist you're not desperate, don't fold under pressure. Women admire men who do what they say, men who walk their talk, men who don't break character under stress. That's what separates the overlooked from the respected. And respect is always the foundation of desire. Consistency also creates emotional safety. Even if she isn't interested now, when she sees you're reliable, steady, and grounded, she links you with strength. And because women are wired to follow men they can trust, this matters. It's not about perfection. It's about being the same strong version of yourself regardless of the situation. Not begging when she withdraws, not arrogant when she approaches, just unshaken. Understand this. A weakly, unpredictable man causes stress. A strong and consistent man creates attraction. If you remain steady in your actions, discipline, and self-respect, she cannot ignore you. Over time, she'll see you as rare. Rare because most men collapse, rare because most men fake, rare because you keep standing tall. That strength transforms indifference into admiration, and admiration into desire. Purpose is the ultimate attraction. The last and most powerful way to attract a woman, even one who doesn't notice you now, is purpose. Purpose is bigger than confidence, mystery, looks, or money. Purpose is the fire inside you, the reason you wake each morning, the vision that keeps you pushing forward even when life gets brutal. A man with purpose is magnetic because he doesn't live for approval, attention, or even women. He lives for something higher. and that's what makes him stand apart. Women aren't naturally attracted to men who drift aimlessly. A man without direction looks lost, and no woman wants to follow someone who doesn't know his own path. But when you have a mission, when you're building something, striving toward something greater than yourself, she feels it. She sees that you're not simply existing, you're leading, and leadership fueled by purpose is irresistible. Even if she doesn't care right now, purpose has the power to shift her view. Because it proves you aren't depending on her for happiness. You're not begging for her to fill your emptiness. You already find fulfillment in your goals, and that makes her curious. Women want men who are going somewhere. Men building something, men standing for something. Purpose makes you rare. Because most men today are distracted, lazy, or drifting. You become the exception. And here's the beauty of purpose. It makes rejection meaningless. When your life revolves around growth, success, and legacy, you don't collapse when one woman says no. You keep moving. You keep building. That strength makes her wonder why her opinion doesn't shake you. That curiosity quietly plants the seed of attraction. Remember this. Women don't fall for men who need them. They fall for men who inspire them. And inspiration only comes from living with purpose. If you burn with that fire, you won't only attract women, you'll attract respect, opportunities, and success. And once she sees that, even if she was cold before, she won't be able to ignore you. So here's the truth most men never fully understand. Attraction isn't something you beg for, it's something you create. Even if a woman isn't interested in you today, it doesn't mean the door is permanently closed. It just means she hasn't yet felt the energy that sparks curiosity, the presence that commands respect, or the strength that makes her see you differently. Every point we've covered, confidence, mystery, emotional control, self-value, leadership, consistency, and purpose, forms part of the formula. Alone, each carries power. Together, they transform you into the kind of man no woman can easily overlook. Confidence shows her you believe in yourself. Mystery keeps her mind restless when you're gone. Emotional control proves you can't be shaken. Valuing yourself shows your worth. Leading instead of chasing flips the balance. Consistency builds her trust. And purpose ties everything together, making you unstoppable with or without her. This is the blueprint. This is how a man turns indifference into attraction. Not through begging, not through chasing, not through childish games, but through transformation. Becoming the man women naturally respect and desire. The mistake most men make is wasting energy focusing on her, instead of investing it into themselves. They try convincing women to like them, instead of becoming the kind of man she can't help but notice. But the secret is simple. Focus on building yourself, and attraction will build itself. When you live with discipline, purpose, and strength, women feel that energy, even if they deny it, and eventually curiosity becomes respect, and respect becomes attraction. So if she isn't interested now, don't panic, don't beg, and don't lose yourself. Master these traits, embody these truths, and watch how the story changes. Because women don't fall for men who chase them. They fall for men who inspire them, who challenge them, who lead them. And once you become that man, her lack of interest won't last. You won't just attract her, you'll attract the life you've always wanted. Remember this, attraction isn't about tricks, it's about transformation. And the moment you transform into a man of true value, everything else starts to fall into place. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.